like I'm genuinely like shooken up from that.
I'm still
like
shaken.
I'm like actually devastated. Like
he can't keep getting away with this.
He can't get like beautiful character moments followed then by the character dying. And honestly, because we haven't said the name of the guy, but we are recording, I think we should just keep this in and not say what we watched.
We should not say what we watch.
We should not say what we watched.
Not the director.
We should not say the director's name. But he can't keep doing this.
He can't keep getting away with this.
I just.
And then the note we ended on.
The note we
because he thought the next episode was going to be there, and it wasn't. So we. And after the week we've had,
the
fucking week we've had,
and you say that, but
my week has been.
So, remember a few episodes ago when you said you would kill me if I made a cheese pizza and I used cheese sticks instead of normal shredded cheese? For the context, I made dinner for Hallows today. I made him a cheese pizza. And on that cheese pizza, I used 7 mozzarella cheese sticks. And I spliced them out so it looked like a perfectly normal pizza. And Hallis liked it. He liked it a lot.
You better start fucking counting your days. You better start counting your days.
I will say, no,
days, because the last ones are going to be spent in a fucking tomb. Alright? You better start counting your goddamn minutes.
I will say, I did actually put honey in the sauce. Like, that's actually what, that was the actual change in recipe. Just like, yeah, I used cheese sticks.
Yeah?
I used cheese sticks in the pizza.
So there was or wasn't honey?
No, there was.
There was? Okay.
There actually, I actually did use honey. Like, that's
and
like...
you used cheese sticks?
Yes.
I
had one joke secret and one like actually good secret ingredient.
You know, tonight's the night. We've been joking that we each hide weapons on each other whenever we do these funny little podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, mine's right there.
Mine's in such a secret place you'll never even see it coming. It's in a peanut bar. All right.
Oh shit.
It's a full gram of uranium. Right? I'm just gonna put it in your bed. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna get fucking testicular cancer or some shit.
That would be a good thing for me.
What cancer would be the most cruel? You're gonna get pancreatic cancer. Right? You really want to keep your pancreas.
Yeah. I like candy.
You like candy?
Yeah. So I need my pancreas.
Pancreases, they're so good tasting. Right? You're gonna want to keep them around.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what you use to like filter your insulin and like all your sugar and stuff. So I assume it tastes good.
So much.
Weird Al sang an entire song about pancreases. That's a true story.
Weird Al sang so many songs. I believe it. He sang about Albuquerque, and that place isn't even real.
For 11 minutes.
For 11 minutes.
It's an 11-minute song.
I can't believe Weird Al invented the city of Albuquerque. It's really weird how that happened. But we
can't believe Breaking Bad. No, you're wearing the Heisenberg hat.
Yeah, I am wearing the Heisenberg hat. This is normally Fright Mike's hat, but I stole it.
Yeah.
For silly reasons today. As you can see, we're so shaken up from
what we just witnessed. Because, oh my gosh, it was easily one of the greatest things I've seen in
that was amazing.
An American animated TV show.
Yes, that's as far as we could say.
That's all I'm going to say.
As far as we could say.
It is an American animated TV show.
And that's all we could say?
And God, easily one. Oh my lord, that episode.
I'm heartbroken. I want to say that
that's an S. I'm not going to say how long the episode is because that'll.
Yeah.
But.
We really screwed ourselves by calling it to not spoilers, but
yeah.
Oh my god! I don't want to say the phrase, but that'll give it away.
It'll give it away because that's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
But golly.
I love how the opening for this episode has just been us sad and depressed.
Yeah. And then me revealing the secret.
Yeah. I was forgetting that as we were going back to being sad. I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring this up later. Right? You're gonna have a few more bruises by the end of the night, but it's gonna be nothing. But then you have to remind me.
Yeah.
The fucking cheese pizza.
The cheese pizza.
Fucking cheese pizza.
The cheese pizza.
I swear to God.
And that's why we're sad.
We're sad. That's why we're sad.
That's why we're sad.
The pizza was good.
Yeah, it was really good. I was surprised. I burnt it and it was still good.
It was a little. I think you've changed my perspective. Cheese sticks do go on pizza. That's what they actually belong on.
I mean, it's just normal mozzarella.
Yeah. But no.
And like the scary thing is like I almost wasn't able to make it.
Really?
Yeah, when I was going through, I wanted to make it all week, but I didn't check if I had any yeast.
Ooh.
And I didn't have a packet. But shout out, average listener and questionnaire, Phoenix, came in clutch with a packet of instant yeast.
That's so great. And then it rose pretty heavily.
Yeah.
I like how we're going in detail about a pizza that they didn't get to see. They didn't
That y'all don't get a taste.
They didn't get to taste. They didn't get to see. We just ate it while we were playing D&D, and now we are describing.
We're describing it and are sad. Okay.
We are vividly describing a pizza and vaguely describing a sad TV show. Welcome to the Cosmic Concierge.
I'm sad, but you can call me Claire.
I am also sad, but you can call me Hallis. And after the week we've had, we need.
Call me the song on Lemon Demon's Christmas album. Sad.
Or I think you mean SAD, seasonal affective disorders.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's the whole song.
Oh,
have you never listened to it?
I mean, I have it on the playlist. I don't know if I've consciously listened to it.
Yeah, it's a season. It's like that's what it's a seasonal affective disorder because you're sad because it's cold.
Yeah,
and there's snow. Yeah, that's the bit of the song.
Yeah, no, I've never like consciously listened to it.
And Neil on the commentary was like, he really wanted us to know, guys.
Well, I'm sorry, Neil. I didn't know.
You should be saying sorry to Neil. All right.
Yeah.
Look, you know.
This is a story all about how my wife, my
wife and I killed Lemon Demon.
We're so unfunny.
This is the least funny podcast.
This is the least funny. We are the least funny podcast in the galaxy.
In the galaxy.
Yeah.
There are worse podcasts out there. We're the least funny.
We're the least funny, but at least we're not Nazis.
At least we're not. I get. Shut up. At this point, you just want to. I can feel we're holding it back. We could just say spoiler alert for.
Yeah, spoiler alert for the 3rd episode of Creature Commandos.
James Gunn, you fucker.
You fucking fucker.
I'm gonna fuck his wife, this stupid motherfucker. How dare he?
I mean, his wife is also in like almost all of his work.
I'm gonna fuck his brother, right?
Because he's a really good actor. Like, his brother's such a good actor.
He's a phenomenal actor.
He's an amazing voice actor and physical. Like he's like his ability to like do mocap work. Like he's a great. He's a true triple threat. Like voice acting, mocap work, just normal like on-screen performances. I recently found out he was like one of the main characters of Gilmore Girls.
What?
Yeah, no, he's in like 100 out of the 150 episodes of Gilmore Girls. He's in 137 of them. Which is like that's like main character status. So shout out Sean Gunn for like I only knew him from like actor. James Gunn's work, but like he's an amazing actor.
Yeah, that guy. How dare they? Okay, they can't do this. It's twice in a row. Spoilers for the Suicide Squad, the good one.
Yeah, the James Gunn one.
Yeah, duh. The first Pokemon. Not as developed, but still love me.
No. Just I mean, I would say like he didn't have as much time because it was just like
it was a movie. Yeah. But still loves him, right?
Yeah,
amazing.
And like he had a perfect arc, and then like right when his character was able to finally experience happiness. Killed, crushed by Starro.
Big squish, big crushed.
And then, okay, spoiler again. In-house, you can splice in, like, the timestamp on,
Yeah, I'm gonna edit in.
Yeah, edit in the timestamp and stuff. And then we get an entire 20 minutes of just flashback and flashback and flashback and GI Robot and, how he feels happiness and how he feels emotions. And then...
he killed so many Nazis.
And then he killed so many fucking Nazis.
It was amazing.
And it was so good. And then he went to a neo-Nazi meeting on accident and he killed all of those Nazis too, and it was so good.
God, they was charged with second-degree murder. It's like he did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong. Like literally, the people had swastikas. Like they were like full-on Nazis.
Go. Look, if you're listening to this podcast and you're visiting, go shoot a Nazi.
Go shoot a Nazi.
Go shoot a Nazi right now.
Right now.
I
fully condone it. This isn't a bit.
This isn't a bit.
I'm dead serious. I condone the violence of Nazis.
We condone the violence of Nazis. All right. Look, all right. And
I'm not talking screw this. Patriots Acts. Hey, George Bush and your Patriot Act. Yeah, no, go kill Nazis. Go kill Nazis.
Yeah, go.
Okay, I don't care if you're listening to me through this. I do it.
Do it. All right. Look, all right. They often wear red armbands, all right, or hats.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Go kill Nazis.
Go kill Nazis.
We were saying about G.I. Robot, right?
G.I. Robot.
Second
G.I.
degree
Robot.
murder, which
is stupid. But like he finally gets happiness. He finally gets to do the one thing he's been talking about how he wants to do is kill Nazi with his friends, and he finally does it, and it's so cool. And like
he's soloing basically an entire
army,
like an entire incel army. It's amazing, right?
Yeah, because if you don't know, in Creature Commandos, the main antagonists are incels.
Yeah. Or at least from what we've seen so far.
From what we've seen.
Because I don't know what's gonna happen now.
Yeah, I mean, like I know, like literally all the stuff we've seen in the trailers is stuff that's happened in the first 3 episodes.
So we don't
I have no idea what's gonna happen. Other than like, I think the only things we've seen that aren't. No,
what? What? Uh-oh. Welcome to theory crafting time.
Welcome to Cosmic Concierge, the first ever Creature Commandos theory podcast.
Yeah. Did we just rebrand?
Yeah.
Commando Conspiracists? Think about it.
Honestly. Name of the title. Name of the title.
It's not going to be after the week I've had. It's going to be Commando Conspiracists episode 1. We just start a new podcast every week.
The next episode is called Chasing Squirrels, and it mentioned how Weasel thinks about how he got there, in which oh god.
Well, what's the only thing we haven't seen from the trailers?
So there's 2 things that we see in the trailer that we haven't seen in the show. Well, 3 things. Yeah. That being Nina in her family home, Phosphorus in his family home,
yep,
and Weasel in his family home.
So,
in which he was kind of just, from what we see in it, just kind of being treated like a house pet.
So.
And the episode's called Chasing Squirrels, which immediately makes me think of
a dog chasing a squirrel and getting
hit by a car.
I'm gonna start crying.
And knowing specifically Creature Commandos, like every single character in the main cast, Nina was an Atlantean who was, this is the funniest thing, Nina was just a normal Atlantean who was stolen and experimented on. Dr. Phosphorus, a scientist who experimented on himself. G.I. Robot, a robot who was breaking revolution for tech. The Bride, who was a science experiment, was just a dog who was experimented on.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry. I can't. Okay. For a while, I thought James Gunn was just gonna use like Weasel's comic book origin, which in like the comic books, Weasel is literally a guy who learned about Man-Bat, thought Man-Bat was really cool, and tried to do it.
He tried to do that.
He just messed up and like made it permanent.
What if that's the episode? What if that's all? What if it's a silly goofy?
A silly goofy episode where a guy tries to be Man-Bat
and then messes up.
James Gunn would still make it sad. James Gunn would still make it sad because like the story of Man-Bat is inherently sad.
Yeah, so
I mean the story of Man-Bat is literally a man coping with the fact that he's going deaf and becoming a monster.
Goodness.
I do love how like that is just Weasel's origin in the comics. Is that he was a normal dude who wanted to be Man-Bat really bad.
Really bad.
And he forgot to do the thing where it's only a temporary cure because Kirk Langstrom, when he was creating his cure for deafness, he wanted to make it a medicine that's like a reapply it like a normal medicine where you take a once-a-day pill. Yeah. So Man-Bat he was only Man-Bat for a day, and Batman was able to like properly help him.
But the dog got experimented on, and then what if they do the same ending?
If that's how the show goes.
What if every episode where we explore a character's backstory and then James Gunn, you can't.
You're my favorite director, and this is why. This is why you're my favorite director. And I don't want to admit it. I don't want to condone this behavior. But no, screw it. This is why you're my favorite. This is why you're my favorite director.
I don't want to encourage this. This is why.
This is some Guardians 3 stuff. Where he almost. So some fun facts about Guardians 3 and the Suicide Squad is
more spoilers.
That no, these are because both of these movies have come out a while ago.
Oh, yeah,
but Ratcatcher was supposed to die, and so was Drax.
And they didn't, huh?
Yep.
That's James, I'm gonna find James Gunn. We have to find James Gunn. All right, go out and kill Nazis and tell us where James Gunn is. All right, we could be
mostly because I just want his autograph.
I do. That would be so cool.
I just want to like talk to him. He seems like a really nice guy.
So
like
cool.
that's about it.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That's where I was going with the bit. Like,
like,
tell us where James Gunn is, so we can just like shake his hand. And
Yeah.
Be like, how does he write such compelling characters?
I mean, like, I think the only, I say iffy in quotes, is he was like, yeah, just, I'm friends with Chris, like, people were getting mad at Chris Pratt for being, like, conservative. He's like, yeah, I'm friends with Chris Pratt, and I'm not going to fire him for being a conservative, because, like, we're friends, I just know not to talk politics. And, like that's a very normal person.
Human behavior.
Like, people got mad at him for it, so,
oh, goodness.
Like, that's an incredibly normal thing to be like, yeah, I'm friends with this guy and I'm not going to fire him for this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to not talk politics. That's incredibly reasonable.
Yeah, it makes him like a good boss, because that doesn't mean he fires someone just based on like
political beliefs.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, as much as it sucks to say, it's like, okay, you gotta, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like, it's just like a normal behavior.
Yeah.
That it.
Because like really looking at Chris Pratt, like yeah, other than him being conservative, he's not a bad guy.
He hasn't done it. He just like he was good in the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
He was good in Guardians 1 and 2.
And 3.
And he was pretty good in 3.
I would say that.
He was Mario. And he hasn't done. He was fine in every other movie. The Jurassic World movie.
Like basically all of his performances. I don't think he's ever had a lower than a C performance.
I don't know. I'd say the Jurassic. Did you see Dominion?
No.
I saw it.
I've also never seen Garfield.
You've never seen? Well, I did see Garfield.
Because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It does not exist. So that's probably where. That's probably why.
Hold on. I gotta double check something about the Garfield movie.
Alright, while you check that, I saw the Jurassic World movies, right, including the latest one. The latest one was not about dinosaurs. It was not about dinosaurs at all.
What?
It was not about dinosaurs. It was about bugs. Like mutant giant bugs that were eating all the crops.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that, yeah.
Which
I started it and I got bored halfway through and stopped watching. Is he like barely in it?
He's not as in it as much as the other movies. He's not as much of like a main character. He's just sort of like a generic action guy going around just doing shit.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is also in the new
Garfield movie.
The most recent one.
So funny.
But I know why, because Samuel L. Jackson has openly admitted he will take any job.
He has admitted
that's why he's in Snakes on a Plane.
That's why he's
literally just like, if you're gonna pay me money, he'll do it.
That's great.
Another fun Nick Fury fact is
Nick Fury.
Actually no. This is a very fact. No, this is a fact about Nick Fury.
Okay, I thought you were just saying Nick Fury to say.
No. So, in the early 2000s, like around 2005, Marvel started the Ultimates.
Yep.
It's a comic series, so don't read the Ultimates. There's only 3 good things in it.
Don't read it.
The Maker, who's just Reed Richards but evil, and I like him. Miles Morales, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And this was also the first time Nick Fury was a black man. Specifically, the artist drew him to look like Samuel L. Jackson. And Samuel L. Jackson, when he first read this, because he's a huge Marvel fan, was pissed.
Really?
Because they didn't ask him first.
Oh.
So he sued them.
Rookie mistake.
He sued them, but he didn't want money. He just wanted to play Nick Fury in every single iteration.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
He was like, yeah, I'm going to sue you guys. The bust. I want to be in your movies.
I want to be him.
That's it.
That's so real. That's so cool that he was just like, hey, I want to be him. Yeah, you're going to make me him, or you're going to make me him.
Yeah, and then like in 616 Marvel, how they explain like Nick Fury being black, and then that I really like is because in the comics Nick Fury is white.
Yeah.
But the Nick Fury that Samuel L. Jackson is Nick Fury Jr. He's just the son of Nick Fury, who then took over S.H.I.E.L.D. immediately after, and it's like, that makes sense. Yeah.
Is the same guy? Well,
so they're not the same guy, but like that's a good way to explain, the multiverse thing. But
still Nick Fury, yeah.
Like after his dad became the Watch, so weird. So the last time we ever see white Nick Fury is when he gets his challenges a Watcher to a fight, gets his eyes gouged out, and is forced to be with the Watchers for eternity.
That's the last we see him?
That's the last.
Is he still doing that right now?
Yeah, he just lives on the moon with the Watchers.
They should. That'd be so fun. It's like a postcard scene. Did you see? It's like Nick Fury.
Nick Fury's dad.
Yeah, and just... Yeah, he's on the moon.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to segue into, hey, we're aliens.
We're aliens.
That's the quote premise. Although at this point, you know, we should rebrand, right? Different podcast every week. That's what we've been doing.
I mean, I feel like we should just do like a life in the world to come thing where like we have a theme, but we're not married.
Yeah, well, I mean, I assume that was always the original plan.
Yeah.
But I was saying, just like at this point, we have a new podcast every week.
But we don't.
We had our manifesto last time.
Yeah, we had which should have been the dentist episode.
Should have been
the dentist Gibby episode.
Also, I like how last time, every time we talk about this, we explain a different aspect, because we never explained the episode that actually didn't get recorded after. We just talked about the episode that they didn't hear, and then we didn't bother explaining. Oh, here's what happened. Actually went in the episode, right? Which is why it's currently singing I think it's our manifesto, chapter 1. Changed originally from poop pen violence, which.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
We're being sad about Creature Commandos.
Being sad about Creature Commandos and praising James Gunn for just being a cool guy.
For just being a human being.
I mean, no, he did get into one other controversy in which he made 3 jokes and Disney tried to fire him.
Oh yeah, and then
the 3 jokes were I don't remember the first one. The second one was I went to the worst hotel ever. The shower felt like a 3-year-old peed on my head.
Well, how is that?
And if I had the giving tree, I'd make it give me a blowjob.
That's amazing. They canceled him for that.
Yeah, Disney tried to fire him and get someone else to make Guardians 3, and literally every cast member quit. Every cast member
that's amazing.
Quit.
I would quit. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a 3-year-old peed on my.
People are like, oh, that's you're saying you're a.
You can't say children can't piss on your head. That's illegal.
No, people were on their end like, oh, you're a pedophile because you know what it's like to have a 3-year-old pee on your head. Like, no, he's a father. He's a father of 2 kids. He's probably felt what a.
It's an analogy. It's an analogy.
Like Taserface. It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Guys, it's a simile. You gotta believe.
Gamora's head is green like a lily pad. Metaphor. Which is a direct quote from Guardians 3.
If they killed off Drax Dog, I would have been.
Yeah. It would have been specifically the scene was him actively saving all the kids.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, he would have kind of been physically, you know, like the scene in Infinity War where Thor's he's basically been him like holding a bridge together in the vacuum of space to make sure they can get across.
Duh, I would have been right there. I remember when we were watching, I would have been crying.
Yeah. Like, God, that would have that would have been crazy because like Batista said, he's like this is his last time ever doing Drax because he's getting too old for it, which is a completely reasonable thing
to be getting all that makeup and like
that would have been like
God, they should have done it.
Yeah.
Why did James Gunn, you missed your shot, all right, but you didn't miss this time.
I mean, I feel like the main reason why is they wanted to keep the PG-13 rating.
That's fair. It's just.
But yeah, no, Drax was supposed to like basically die sacrificing himself for the kids.
That's such a good utilization of the character.
Yeah.
Right, and like
someone who's active, like his entire motive has been getting revenge for his family.
Yeah, it's to instead sacrifice himself to do fame.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm very satisfied with Drax's ending in Guardians 3, where basically he is going to be raising all of these children.
Yeah.
Like that's a beautiful ending.
It's amazing.
But that would have been so crazy.
That would have. Okay, so we're aliens or some shit.
No, I want to talk about my favorite director.
Let's talk about Guardians.
I mean,
but
James Gunn's first 2 movies are also absolute bangers.
Oh, Slither and
it's Slither and Super.
Yep.
In which Super is just good because it's Rainn Wilson watches a movie where Jesus tells him he needs to save the world, so he goes around beating people with a wrench.
That's so funny. That's so
and his catchphrase is "Shut up, crime."
That's amazing. So just beats him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Elliot Page is in it, and Elliot Page is amazing, and I love him.
Nice.
Hold on. What's Super on?
I don't. We should put it on. Will we?
Also, James Gunn paints himself red and crawls around in it.
That's so good.
Oh wait, I can just watch it. We can just watch it on
HBO?
Solar Movies.
Yes.
Solar Movies. I just pirate it.
The totally. I was gonna joke that's the totally legal human platform where you can watch movies from the sun, but
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, I see we're not being in all in theme today. I see the concept of the podcast that you came up with.
The concept I did come up with.
You did come up with.
I don't wanna. I don't.
I don't want to do that.
Why he wearing that coat?
Oh, yeah, they can't see, but Claire's looking at a photo of my dog, Hamlet. He's a fat dog. He's wearing a little coat because he gets chilly.
That doesn't cover anything.
Yeah, so it's mostly just a harness so he doesn't slip out.
Yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, it does look like a harness.
I was mostly focusing on his devilish little grin.
That's also what
he looks like he's gonna go start pissing on that car in the back. Honestly,
like Katie has a coat.
Yeah.
Katie has 2 articles of clothing. She's got a Bucky shirt and she has a coat.
Yeah. I saw Katie wearing the Bucky shirt the other day. Yeah. It was amazing.
It's her day job.
So we may not get to answering questions.
Because we don't have any questions.
We have one. We do have one.
Oh.
Should we save that for the end? Because do you just want... Yeah, look, I just told my grandfather, who may be D.B. Cooper, hey, here's our email, right? Because he asked about it.
Yeah.
And then from his name, right, his email address, the subject is Christmas Alien Cyclops. Wait, no, not Cyclops. Psyop, I think?
Yeah, that looks like he tried to spell Psyop.
Christmas Alien Psyop. My 70-year-old grandpa sent us a question about Christmas Alien Psyops, and I don't know if this question is gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna be bad. I don't know if it's gonna be offensive. I don't know what he's gonna say.
Is your grandpa offensive?
It's a little bit, but yeah. Sometimes.
Cut that.
It's fine. He won't remember this if he listens.
Do you want some?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Thanks for offering me the blue.
Yeah.
We should really get more blue on the podcast.
I can make more.
No, on the podcast. I mean.
Also, we do have a pitcher of water if you do want to fill up your bottle.
Nice, that's handy.
Just so you don't need to go upstairs and use the fridge.
It is actually running low. I might grab that in a minute.
It's the pitcher that's not blue.
Yeah, I figured the pitcher with water was the one that's not blue, the one that's not filled with antifreeze. I figured that much. Thank you very much.
There is always a there's always a gallon of antifreeze in my bathroom.
Yeah, there is always a gallon of that. Tastes so good.
For the record, the reason why is my bedroom and my bathroom are right above my garage. So it gets really cold in both of those rooms. So I always have a space heater in my room, which is sad because it means I can't have my dog in my room during the winter. Because Katie doesn't know how cords work and thinks she has the agility of a cat.
So, bye cord.
Yeah, but
Discord
we also
getting unplugged.
Have to pour antifreeze in my bathtub every night so that the tub doesn't freeze and I can take a shower so I'm not stinky.
The tub gets too chilly. You got to put antifreeze in there to warm it up.
I mean, basically, because the pipes will literally freeze on impact.
It will freeze. But I was saying, the tub gets offended if you guys leave it too cold. All right, you gotta make sure he's nice and toasty. All right.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first, folks. If you visit, I'm really trying to pull it back to the alien stuff.
Yeah, if you go back to my house.
If you go to specifically Claire House, which is at 54455
West Belmont
Avenue,
in the
continent of Europe.
In the continent of Europe of the Malaya system.
Yeah.
The Malaya system.
Yeah, plug all of that into your human map, you stupid fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Good luck.
We thought we had you with me living in Europe. No, Europe's actually a town.
Europe is a town
city. It's a city on my planet of car,
gun,
knife.
Yes, the city.
The planet car gun knife.
Cargun knife. Yes, Is this how George Lucas decides all the Star Wars planets?
I wouldn't be surprised. That man can't write.
Well, he could write.
He can't write dialogue.
George hears another person talk to him. He goes, oh! He starts freaking out. If you ever wanted to scare George Lucas,
Which I think just shows like how good of a powerhouse Mark Hamill is.
Oh yeah, because he's able to save all that.
Yeah, no, not just that. He's able to like perform on his own, like go off his own thing.
And
also, he's in a Studio Ghibli movie.
Yeah, I thought he was in a few of them. Because that is the English dub.
I know he's definitely the main antagonist of Castle in the Sky, because I watched it yesterday.
Oh, no, it was Willem Dafoe that was in The Boy and the Crow.
Yes.
Or The Boy and the Heron.
Boy and the Heron.
Heron, yeah.
Well, yeah, Willem Dafoe is in The Boy and the Heron. So is Batista.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And, like, he does, like, a scary good job. He does, like, a really good job. He's the main antagonist.
Nice.
You're like, as in, like... It's weird. So looking at the 3 WWE wrestlers that became actors, we have Batista, John Cena, and The Rock. And it's insane. Because John Cena and Batista are really good actors.
Really good. And then...
there's The Rock.
And then there's The Rock. There's Dwayne. You know, we could comment on Moana, too.
I haven't seen it.
I saw it. You don't gotta. It's not good. Like... How do I explain this?
And, like...
Well, I was gonna say originally it was made by the Canadian team, right? Not even made by Disney proper, but they needed a big hit because all of their last big hits were bad, right? It was like Strange World, Wish, like
I think since Encanto they've been on.
Even Encanto was supposed to be like their like throwaway, like oh we don't care about this, which is all of their good stuff recently was during the pandemic and on streaming.
Yeah,
you ever notice that? You even notice that Disney. This is sticking to theaters. Yeah, pretty much. Like it was like Encanto, Turning Red was pretty good. Right?
Never seen.
It was alright. I don't know. They didn't bring up 9/11 in it. So. That was a legitimate complaint a YouTuber had, and it was so goddamn funny. He said the cultural elements of Canada really changed around 2002 when this movie is set due to 9/11, and it's honestly heartbreaking that they didn't bring it up. Like it's like what
Citizens, like in ding.
Honestly, like it was insane how like. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
This is about generational trauma and kids wanting to go to a boy band.
Yeah, and like growing up in puberty and all that, like, all that stuff. Why are you bringing up 9/11? You know, 9/11 was really the puberty of America.
It was.
But then what else? Soul was really damn good.
Oh yeah, Soul was good.
Man, they really just like dropped the existentialist shit on us and said, all right, later, about like the meaning of life, and then. I haven't seen Inside Out 2.
I haven't either. I'm afraid.
You're afraid?
I'm afraid of it.
You're afraid of it?
Every single person I've talked to, other than one person, like, so I literally have like the dentist 9 out of 10 people have cried after watching it.
You know, after the week we've had, we should probably watch it.
And like my cousin who watched it and said like I didn't cry. He was like, well. I didn't relate to this story. Oh no, it's not Connor.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'm so glad we could just name drop him on the podcast because if it was, I'd be like, oh well, then that makes
no, it wasn't him.
Okay,
it's like cousin. No, it's a different cousin who actually went to school for film.
All right, nice. What's school?
I don't remember.
We shouldn't say.
I'm not gonna dox my cousin, but like that's not what he does anyway. He works for a charity.
Dox your cousin right now.
But no, he works for a charity now, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
But anywho's words. So, yeah, basically he was just like, I didn't, like, I can understand why, like, some people would feel that way, but, like...
You just didn't relate?
I just didn't relate. Like, this just wasn't a story I personally connected to.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
That's
fair with, like, Pete Docter film. Was it Pete Docter who made it? Instead of two, and, like, a lot of the other more emotional ones? But it's like, some of them I didn't relate to, but some of them... You know?
Yeah.
I feel like Pixar should go back to doing that. Just, like, really making us sob. James Gunn should make a Pixar film. Hold on.
No.
No?
I feel like he needs to have the brutality. I feel like he's somehow used brutality in a way that isn't brutal.
In the way it isn't gratuitous.
Yes. Like...
That's fair.
Because, like, G.I. Robot, incredibly brutal, incredibly violent, incredibly graphic character.
Yeah. But, like... It
didn't come off as, like... Even watching The Boys, like, I'm not talking the comics, I'm talking, like, the actual show.
Yeah.
Some of the violence is just, like...
Okay.
We've seen it. Oh, Homelander did that. Oh, wow.
Should have seen him, zoink a dude in half. That was a pretty good scene.
Yeah, that was, but, like, we're not shocked. It didn't mean anything. Like, there was no build-up to it, because we just knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, by now...
But the scene with G.I. Robot, where, like... It's the first time he, fully stands up and, like, fully extends himself is so cool because, like, there's the stillness of, like, all of his friends in the woods. and like completely silent. Sniper then going over the comm being like, you guys are surrounded, you need to leave. Them starting to go and like clearly losing when just lay down as he then extends himself
and then just blitzes.
Literally mows the lawn.
Mows the lawn with the Nazis, and they don't stand a chance.
They don't.
Our lad, got salute to the Tin Man. All right.
Cheers to the Tin Man.
Cheers to the Tin Man. Oh my God. But honestly, you know what? Who said that the movie had to be PG? Who had to be PG for animated movie for?
Oh, no, I'm aware. Just Pixar.
Yeah. No, we need more 3D animated like PG-13 that sort of movies. Right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pissed that's only like 2D because I'm struggling to think of a single one. Right.
Yeah.
Aside from like.
There is one.
There's one.
There is one. But I don't want to mention its name.
You don't want to mention its name.
I'm just gonna type it.
You're just gonna type it?
Yeah,
all right.
I'm gonna type it, and I want to see your reaction.
I think I know which one.
God, it's...
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm scared to know. No, I changed my mind. I take it back, folks. We should invoke it. This segment is getting cut. Hey, welcome to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome. We're for G.I. Robot Man, back to brutality and stuff. They're able to do it in a way that didn't feel gratuitous, which is an important part of, I think, emotional character arcs. Because like G.I. Robot is very much, I don't say like an optimistic character, but like bro beat the Nazis. Like bro is the embodiment of a hope type situation, and it's aided by the gratuity rather than taken away, right? Seeing him, seeing the grim reality of his men being shot down and like all the violence, right, added to the story. Whereas in something like The Boys, the gore is not there to add to the grimness of it, because the main thing about adding like those grim details in a film is that you're adding them to contrast with the hopeful parts. Like what was the one Guillermo del Toro movie with Andrew, Spider-Man Andrew, and he was the medic. Right,
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge is an amazing film. Like,
phenomenal.
I don't like war movies, but like that is easily, it's a great movie.
Right.
And it's like it's a true story too. Like of literally this guy like saved 300 people, regardless of what side they were on.
And also, this one scene in the movie, I spoiler for that too. Oh, that's old. Where he takes the grenade, right? Yeah. There was more to that story that they cut from the movie because Guillermo del Toro was like, no one would believe this, right? Basically, the guy took the grenade, all right, took 2 sniper shots, right, shattering one of his arms, right. Then there was still managed to help a guy, and then gave up his stretcher to another soldier because he thought he needed it more. After taking a grenade point blank and having his like right or left arm shattered by a sniper shot.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy, and like the brutality in that is absolutely aided by it because you see the horrors of war and acting in spite of it and sticking to your morals. This is like Batman level shit. That actually happens. And then Batman is, I guess, the best contrast of like darkness, brutality versus maintaining your morals.
Yes, but I think the thing with G.I. Robot is like how inherently tunnel visioned and like flawed his belief is. While simultaneously still, and I'm like, obviously we can say he's killing Nazis. Of course he's in the right because that's the correct answer. But I'm talking like the fact that he's so hell-bent on killing, and yet it comes from a place of love in a way. Like in the first episode when he basically asks Nina on a date.
Yeah. Will you kill Nazis with me?
Yeah, that's such a wholesome way of putting such a graphic thing.
Yeah.
And then once again going to the web weaver scene in The Boys, we're like, we've seen Homelander torture people, and like, yeah, you could argue, this is showing he's gone off the deep end, but like, we've seen this.
It's time now.
Yeah.
Like, can we not? We're slowly going to become a fucking The Boys season 4, which it wasn't bad.
It wasn't
good. It had
awful.
moments.
I think that my biggest complaint though is they just like gave up on any subtlety.
It's like...
And I feel like I guess that's the case because people started dressing up as Homelander to Trump rallies. And Kripke was just like, I'm not...
Yeah. But honestly, that is... I didn't know that. That's so funny. Like,
that's why he was like, he couldn't be nuanced anymore.
Yeah.
It's because people like... for some reason didn't get it unless like he overhanded it, which is why a huge chunk of the viewing in Boys season 4 dropped.
I suppose. I also think it's just because season 4, it felt like the obligation to get that out, and I feel like if they had started like halfway through the season, what happened in the season finale happened halfway through the show, right, and then they could like sort of set up that plot line, end on maybe another cliffhanger, and then build that into a much larger season 5, because there's too much going on at the moment.
I mean, that's the same case with how Invincible ended.
I suppose.
Invincible, they explicitly said this is a setup era.
Yeah. But the thing about with Invincible is that, like, as explicitly set up, we have one more season of The Boys, and then what the spin-offs are. And because we have Gen V season 2, we have The Boys in Mexico.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's like The Boys like in Mexico show where Gen V is like smuggled down the border or something. I don't know. Or Tempe.
One of the V's.
Yeah, the superhero cocktail. All right, the stuff that make that like I get, it's science mumbo jumbo. You're not supposed to think about how is that this funny blue little liquid. All right, it does that. You got some blue liquid. Do you got Claire? Have you? I'm still mad about the cheese stick thing. I will kill you for some V.
Dude, I've been drinking that all day.
Shit. So the bullet's gonna bounce right off you?
Nah, my power is that basically. It kind of just it doesn't bounce, it would more just like hit me and crumple as I absorb the force in it, and I'm able to then release the force in a punch.
Yeah, so you're able to punch me with the force of a bullet.
Yep.
But you also have the mass of your fist, so that's kind of scary.
Yeah. That was actually my first ever superhero character.
Oh, nice. That's very fun.
In which basically this character had to deal with the horror of, and it would stack.
Ooh.
So like if someone emptied an entire AK mag on this guy,
and then his
punch would have the force of every single bullet.
Just like a small explosion.
Yes.
At that point. That's.
So like you'd basically have to deal with the horror of how like if he doesn't control himself,
then he's gonna vaporize people.
And the cure was basically after a while he got these gauntlets that were basically silencers for his fists.
Ooh, that's they able to like control.
Yes, and like basically they would regulate how much energy was being pushed through.
That's very good, very creative. Applaud to first ever character.
Yes, and then actually I brought him back when me and my dad wanted to do an anti-hero game where basically he went through a fridge story of his family getting axed, in which his first act upon deciding to go like bad is he smashed his gloves.
Ooh, yeah.
And then like refixed them because basically the person who built his gloves was the person who died, and that's what pushed him over the end. So he smashed them and then tried to rebuild them.
So
they didn't really work, and instead they were just also sharp.
That's arguably worse at that point because now you're doing piercing damage, but it explodes. So.
But yeah, no, basically, along with that, since he was a lot older, his kinetic energy manipulation went all out to where he could, he didn't just need to be hit anymore. He could steal people's kinetic energy.
Ooh, that's
because once again, basically, when he was, just starting, it was just he could absorb kinetic energy and release it. But, as he gets stronger and stronger, he learned how to properly control it, being able to just fully absorb it. And, it wasn't just able to release it in punches. He could, give himself super speed and super jumps and stuff.
Nice.
As he got stronger. He learned how to basically Kamehameha back blast.
That's very fun.
I love Gauntlet. Gauntlet was so much fun.
I'll be sure to. You ever plan on bringing that fella back in any capacity?
I'd say I might. Season 3 would be the time to do it.
This would absolutely be the time to bring back a character like that.
Yeah.
We're not explaining what season 3 means.
I'm not going.
You gotta figure it out. If you know, you know. If you don't,
if you know, you know, and if you don't, womp womp.
Womp womp. That's very real. Womp womp.
Yeah.
Look, in life, sometimes you gotta learn to just say womp womp at people. All right.
But yeah, and I remember I made Gauntlet, and I was so excited because basically I was in 8th grade, and I just learned about kinetic and potential energy, and I ran home from I remember getting home off the bus, running home, and be like, Dad, I have the idea for the coolest superhero.
And then boom, that's so fun.
Gauntlet is easily one of my favorite OCs, and I think I've played D&D beforehand, but it was all with pre-built characters. This was my first ever this is my character,
this is my little fella, you can't take it away from me.
I can confidently say, other than my imaginary friend, which was weirdly edgy for some reason. I was a weirdly edgy kid, but
do you want to
okay, so my imaginary friend was what I described as this is young me was Panda Boba Fett.
What do you mean Panda Boba?
Panda Boba Fett.
What does that mean?
I don't. Basically, he was a panda, but he was also a bounty hunter.
That's pretty baller.
And basically, me and I would just kind of like for fun because I have a whole bunch of like laser tag guns and I've had them since I was like 7. And basically, I would just like play, bounty hunters with my imaginary friends where I would just run around the backyard with my laser gun and like pretend to shoot aliens.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I have an imaginary friend too. He's about 6'3", named Gavin, my twin. I never really had one because I just kind of
was like Xavier.
No.
Nah, he accidentally absorbed his twin in the womb, and then she came to life evil.
But
she was. I really like how like they actually did bring a relatively rare Marvel villain into Daredevil and Wolverine, and like did her in a good way, like portrayed her in a pretty accurate way.
Yeah, but I never really had an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
And every time I hear people talk about one, I'm like, what? You like imagine guys? That's completely unfathomable.
Yeah. Do you have aphantasia?
Huh?
Do you have aphantasia?
No, for reference, I have some kind of hallucinatory thing going on. So for the audience members, what it is, I don't know. Never been properly diagnosed. Yeah. I am in talks with a funny little psychologist guy.
Yeah, usually you can't get diagnosed with anything serious until you're 18, which is really funny. So when I was 16, I was at a psychiatrist because so I'm bipolar and I have like a serious bipolar break. And the doctor looked at me and was like, all right, so a good chunk of your family has bipolar disorder, but I can't, and you have all the symptoms of bipolar disorder, but I can't say you have bipolar disorder. So I'm just going to give you the medicine to treat you with bipolar disorder, and I think you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which is an insane way to be diagnosed.
Yeah.
Just you're like, yeah, you can fill in the blanks.
You can figure it out. You're a smart fella. You're a smart cookie. A bipolar one, but you're smart cookie. Well, I can't legally say that.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's very fun. We're doing pretty good on time, and we do have one question.
Let's crack that one question open.
Now, you can send questions over to our email at ConciergeCosmic@gmail.com. And let's see what the unfiltered thoughts of a 57-year-old man is. All right.
A 57?
No, 75. I don't know. Hold on, let me do some math. An old man, I don't know. He's old. No, my dad is around 50, so... No,
didn't he just turn 50?
Yeah,
because he's the same age as my dad.
Yeah, so he's about just turned. So I think, Grandpa's more like 75-ish.
Yeah.
All right, so, from Bill, Christmas alien psyop. What if those angels were ETs? What if the star was a craft? These guys are all over the place now that everyone has a camera.
All right, so
let's bring this up. What if the angels were ET?
Extraterrestrial.
Yes, yeah.
So, see, this is fun. This is complicated because, in a way, heaven is an alternate plane.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. Heaven is an alternate plane. Oh, I just kicked the here.
You fuck. We were using that.
I just like haven't bumped it.
That's it. You're going to hell. That's also another alternate plane.
I mean, it is. But yeah, so technically speaking, it is an alternate plane, which would make the angels alien. Along with that, when looking at the biblical angels, them just being a mass of eyes and wings, that could very easily be considered also alien. I would say yes. As for the stars being ships, I would also say yes. I mean, like, in a way, they're just kind of a sort of saucer that they carry out, along with elves on the shelves, which you should not buy.
Do not buy
Don't buy elves on the shelves because they are drones.
They are drones.
They are real. They're real. They do fly to their boss, Santa Claus.
Do not trust Sinterklaas.
Do not trust Sinterklaas. He does not live in the North Pole. He lives in the North, specifically the North Star, in which he kind of owns a big old compound where he just kind of surveys on people and, takes them out and replaces them if they're being bad.
You gotta be really careful, right? The Germans got it right, okay? Your short friends will be taken and they will be made now. So you have to look out this Christmas season.
You gotta look out this Christmas season and next Christmas season and the season after that.
Season, you have to
light a fire in your fireplace, okay? Because he basically, it takes so long for him to travel. Like, he is in this constantly flying ship, and like he basically can, his whole life, he just flies to Earth and back to his house and back to Earth. and that's his life. And
that's everything.
Basically, he lands on Earth on the 25th, in which he temporarily freezes time so he can go and capture everyone. So set a fire in your chimney to keep yourself safe.
If you don't have a chimney, all right, he's going to come through the vents. You need to turn on your heating, and you need to turn on the fire. You need to set it to fire, all right?
Yeah.
So
fill your room with fill your house with carbon monoxide and sleep with a gas mask.
and sleep holding a lighter just in case the bastard tries to come and get you.
You ain't going down without a fight.
You ain't going down without a fight. He's gonna be quick. You gotta be ready.
Yeah, I will say, technically speaking, yes, this is canon to Marvel. Santa Claus is an Omega level mutant.
Yeah.
Specifically of chronokinesis.
Because also every year breaks into Darkseid's
Nope,
force.
that's in DC, not Marvel.
It's DC. Still, like,
yes.
I mean, come on.
In DC, he just has Superman level strength and speed.
Yeah.
But in Marvel, I say he's personally stronger just because he has full-time magic.
Yeah, that's...
Like, I feel like having slight matter manipulation, strength, and speed compared to full-time manipulation. Canonically, the strongest time manipulation.
Yeah.
Second to maybe equal to that of the Time Stone.
Yeah. And, you would know a lot about time chicanery, huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you set my clocks all back a few hours. I woke up, I was late to work.
I know, and I don't want to talk about it.
I had to drive through the rain.
I fed you mozzarella cheese pizza.
It was really good pizza.
Yeah, okay. I mean, why did I say mozzarella cheese? Oh, pizza uses mozzarella cheese. I fed you cheese stick pizza.
You fed me cheese stick pizza.
Yeah.
All right, and for that, I may forgive you. What was the other part of this question? Those guys are all over the place now that everyone has a camera. And, when you think about it, everyone does have a camera.
No Jordan Peterson. Where's my gun?
Here you go. This is the gun I threatened you with earlier. So you could try that, but it also won't work. You see, I just took out the bullets.
No.
As soon as I realized, I was like, well, I can be shot. I think. I haven't been shot before.
Yeah.
Shoot me. See what happens. Actually, no, let me get the bullets back in this thing. Let's see what happens. What were we talking about?
I don't want to kill myself. I'm happy.
You heard it here first, folks. We're happy.
Yeah, so if we ever kill ourselves, no we didn't.
No we didn't. If I ever drown, I'm an amazing swimmer, alright? You're an amazing swimmer?
Yeah.
We are amazing swimmers. We did not drown in the lake.
We're both lifeguard certified.
We're both lifeguard certified.
We're both lifeguard certified. I'm also scuba diver certified.
Oh, so you're going to Australia then, huh?
No, not scuba diving, snorkeling certified.
So you're going to the above Australia then. I see how it is. That's where the coral reefs are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So in Boy Scouts, at the same camp, I got BSA swimming certified, BSA boating certified, BSA lifeguard certified, and BSA snorkel certified. And I almost didn't get snorkel because on the first day I had a panic attack because I thought I was going to drown because I couldn't comprehend breathing underwater.
Yeah.
Like my brain was like, no, don't breathe underwater.
It kind of happened to be first day of lifeguarding certification, but instead it was just my entire left side is what the fuck. Despite swimming for you,
just hit my knee.
I'm so sorry.
You didn't know why did you say what the fuck?
See, I wasn't expecting your knee to be there. You're like. Your knees are invading my half the table.
I'm fully vegged out.
You're fully vegged out? Don't look at the fidget spinner, look at me!
There's a little lion head in it.
What do you mean there's a little lion head in it? Why is there a lion head in the fidget spinner you've been spinning this whole
I
time?
don't know. But my brother, for Christmas, got like a 4-set box
of these
like fidget spinners that also have like bendy hands. And like he doesn't need 4 of them.
You can bend the spinner. Yeah, it's.
He doesn't need 4.
He doesn't need 3 of them, honestly.
I don't know why. I don't know why it was a box of. No, it was a box of 4. Yeah, it was just like a 4-pack, and I don't know.
It's in case your brother has shitty sisters who steal their gifts.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't take it if he had only one. But like, since he has multiple,
yeah, using some of these.
Like he wasn't using this one. He only wants the yellow one. So it's like
I was gonna steal that one.
So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take the one he seems to not care about.
That's very fair.
If he's just gonna like leave it in the box.
You heard it first, folks. You can steal your siblings' Christmas gifts this Christmas, which
as long as they aren't going to use them.
Yeah, but shit. So, folks,
We have 10 days.
10 days.
Thank you for listening to the Cosmic Concierge. You can send questions to us at ConciergeCosmic@gmail.com.
You follow us on Instagram at Cosmic Concierge Official. We don't post there anymore.
We don't really post there. But if you like our profile pic, you can... if you like our profile pic, you can see Cosmic Canvas
on Instagram.
And if you like our music, you can visit
Zeb on YouTube and Instagram.
Thank you. And we'll talk to you next time.
So we're running, right? We're leaving. We're getting as fast as we can, right?
Yep.